everyone, my name is Millie and welcome to the Performing Arts and Me. So for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm going to have to do my introduction slightly differently. I have just finished a foundation course at drama school at Berg College, and I make videos about performing arts and drama school and things like that. So if you're interested, please do subscribe. Also about my general life experiences. So yeah, subscribe so you don't miss my future videos. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I learned during my last half term as a foundation student at Berg College. In our last half term, obviously some of us still had auditions and things, but we were also working towards a showcase, which we did in the last week of term. I'm going to talk in more detail about what I learned during the showcase and the tech day. That'll be in another video, and I might put some of this stuff, like what I learned in the rehearsal process, also into that video. So this is some of the things I've learned this half term, but I might put some of the others in the other video. So subscribe so you don't miss that one. So I'm going to break it down into dance, singing, acting, and other. And we're going to start with dance. So the first thing I learned was that I can actually pick up choreo. I can actually learn choreo, because I had to know the routines for the showcase. And I managed to get to the point where I could stand up on stage and perform the routines with my group, and yeah, do them. So that's a good thing. I mean, I have performed on stage for dance before, but yeah, I learnt the routines. I learnt quite a long tap routine, and tap was something that I was struggling with. I wasn't perfect in the routine by any means, but I still performed the routine on stage. So yeah, that was one thing I learnt, that I think I need to have more trust in the fact that I can learn routines. Also with dance, so my strength and in terms of stability and balance, definitely had improved this year. I don't know whether it improved just in this term, but we were doing some of the exercises that we did at the beginning of the year or earlier in the year, and I was like, oh, I actually can kind of do these now, which I couldn't before. So that must have improved at some point. Another thing dance related that I learned or improved on was commercial. So we had a piece in our showcase that was a kind of commercially number, and that's not something we don't have regular classes in that at Bird. We've had a couple of classes, or at least we haven't had the regular commercial classes on the foundation. You might have them on the degree or diploma courses, but yeah, for us it wasn't a regular thing. So having this routine meant we got some commercial classes geared towards producing this routine. And yeah, so my commercial skills, well, maybe not skills, well, kind of skills. My commercial ability, I guess, improved from having some lessons, but also my confidence in performing in that style, because it hasn't been something that I've done much of in the past. And also with that routine in particular, learning to put character into the dances and basically perform the dances rather than just doing the steps. I feel like that was something that I improved with this half term in particular, because we were working towards a showcase. So that's another good thing. I'm now moving on to singing. So singing, I've got two things. I've got notes written down, which is what I'm looking at in case you're wondering. Two things. Firstly, belting, and like thick fold sounds. I worked a lot on that this half term. I think I was working on that last half term as well, in which case it might be in my other video. It's an improvement point. But yeah, I definitely think I improved at that. There's still work to do in terms of like refining the sound, but most of the time I can make a more beltier sound. Still not consistently, and still not always in a healthy way. But I think I'm learning to recognise what is and isn't healthy, and also I kind of know how I'm supposed to make the sound now. Also, I've noticed that I'm no longer as nervous about getting up and singing in front of people. When I got up for like our mock audition things and stuff, physically I sounded nervous, whereas I don't think I sound nervous now. Sometimes I'm still like, oh, a little bit nervous, but not as much as I used to. So that's another thing that has improved, possibly over this year as well. I might make a video about the top things I've learned this year as well, in which case some of these might be repeated, so sorry about that. But anyway, we're going to move on to acting now. So acting, we were working on our monologues as well, and I started a new monologue, and I was kind of not nervous to start it, but I was like, I knew I could do my other ones quite well, so I was like, kind of thinking, what if I can't do this one as well? So something I've realised this half term is that I need to trust myself more, to like trust my abilities more and have more confidence in those. I'll generally give things a go, but I won't necessarily like, believe I can do it. I'm just not concerned about making mistakes, which kind of isn't the same thing. So yeah, something I've realised when I've just been reflecting to write down what to say in this video, is that I probably need to work on actually believing that I can do things. Anyway, where was I? Monologues. Yes, we did our monologues, and we also did a group piece, which meant we were kind of, for our showcase this was, which meant we were kind of like devising, but it was scripted. So basically we had a script that we needed to interpret, and that was really fun and reminded me how much I enjoyed devising when we were doing it at like A-level drama and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that's something I learned, but there you go. Maybe I need to call this video a bit more of a reflection on the last half term, because I'm not really saying things I learned, but there you go. Also in acting related topics, well, it was voice, which is our spoken voice lesson that we get. And two things from that. So first, we started exploring a bit of this technique to help you with spoken voice, and it kind of made me think about how much there is to learn in terms of spoken voice. So we were doing this thing where you like roll along the floor and speak. It sounds so weird, but it was actually really fun. Where you roll along the floor and you're speaking lines of monologue and stuff, and it's to help you learn to balance movement with your voice and the way you're speaking. And there was several other techniques that we started looking at. We didn't really get to explore any of them in depth. I guess that's what you do on a degree course. But yeah, it made me see that there's quite a lot to explore with that and a lot to learn, which is good. I like learning. Okay, finally moving on to other things that I've learned. This isn't even learn. I don't think I titled this video very well, and I feel like I've rambled quite a lot. I haven't filmed an actual video in a while. I've been uploading vlogs and stuff that I filmed a few weeks ago, so I'm a bit out of practice. Yes, so something else I've improved on this half term in terms of other things, it's gonna sound very weird, but socialising. I feel like I've been out a lot more this half term, like at the weekends and stuff. Been to the theatre a couple of times, and I also started getting more involved in my church that's here. I went to watch a film with a few of the girls from church. I hosted community, which is my Bible study group, at my house. I had my foundation year group, my foundation class, all came over for a barbecue, which was really nice. So yeah, I just feel like I've done more socially this half term, which has been really nice. So I probably also improved as a general adult rather than as a performer this half term. Okay, so I know that this was a little vague and rambly, but because it's been a few weeks since I finished the course, I feel like I've forgotten a lot of what I've learned. I'm sorry about that. I should have filmed this video earlier so that it was more kind of relevant. But yeah, as I'm filming, it's like 3 weeks after I finished the course, so I'm trying to remember what I learned right back at the beginning of the term, which was 9 weeks ago, up until 3 weeks ago. So quite a lot to remember. Also, I was trying not to talk about show stuff because I want to do a separate video about show stuff, or not talk about like the actual tech stuff that we did. So yeah, if you've made it to the end of the video, well done, because I feel like this video was very vague and rambly. But I hope you have kind of enjoyed it, my last video in what I learnt in half terms or in terms at Drama School Foundation. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a like to let me know, and don't forget to subscribe, and keep an eye out for my other videos, which will hopefully be slightly better quality than this one. I've probably learnt more this half term than what I've said, some of which, as I've said, I'll probably put into future videos, and some of which I just have forgotten, some of which I probably just won't share online. But yeah, I think the only thing I've got left to say is thank you very much for watching. Bye!